Hi everyone, welcome to webinar 2 of Pushwoosh Live Webinars 2023. We're glad to have you here. Thanks for finding the time to join us today. Right, so let's just wait a couple more minutes for everyone to join. And while we are waiting for everyone to join in, we would appreciate if you could drop us something into the comments. Just put a plus sign in case you can hear us and you can see us perfectly, so that we know we are connected. And so, like I mentioned, this is webinar 2 that we're having this year. And just in case you've missed the previous session, we're going to drop a link to the recording also into the chat. And yeah, hi everyone, so you can see it. So at the previous session, we talked about getting started with Pushwoosh, and we also discussed some basic concepts like tags, events, and how you can prepare a basic setup to start sending your communications. So today we're going to go a little bit deeper and talk about personalization. And so just for those of you with whom we haven't had a chance to meet before, I just wanted to introduce myself. So my name is Alina, and I'm a member of the customer success team here at Pushwoosh. And I also have Stan here with me today. We are on the same team. Hey, Stan, how are you?
Hi everyone, I'm good. I hope you're good as well. So just drop some thumbs up or plus in the comment section below this video so we can know that you're here. That will be great. Thanks for having me, actually. Yeah.
Cool. All right, so let's slowly dive in and see, look at the agenda that we prepared for you today, right? So these are the topics that we're going to touch today. And first of all, we're going to start with the personalization and why we need it, do we need it, and why we need it in 2023. Then we're gonna move to the features that Pushwoosh offers for making your communications more relevant. And we're also going to touch on such entities as tags and their values, events, and their attributes. And we're going to talk about the data sources for these messaging personalizations. And specifically, we will focus on the dynamic content and liquid templates during this webinar. And of course, we're going to show you how you can apply all of this inside the platform and how you demonstrate how these features can be used. And we'll make sure we save some time for the Q&A session. So just in case you have any questions as we speak, feel free to drop them into the comments. So we'll cover them at the end of the webinar. All right. So once again, thanks for coming. Thanks for finding the time. We value it. So let's dive in. So just to start with, all right, so from time to time, I hear hesitations and concerns from our partners and customers about personalizations and whether we should use it, right? So sometimes we should be very careful without going too deep into personalization. But yes, we need to find that balance because recent research and reports published by well-known companies on the market actually show that 52% of customers expect offers to be always personalized, according to Salesforce, right? So the world has changed, and specifically after the pandemic, we've all formed our patterns of buying online, having our favorite online services and stores, right? And it is now more than ever that users and customers are overwhelmed with online communications. And as a vendor, you have to stand out from the crowd somehow, right? So according to McKinsey report, actually 71% of consumers expect companies to deliver personalized interactions, and 76% get frustrated when this doesn't happen. So, right, we do understand that personalization is key to success today, right? And it's not just using your customer's name inside your message, right? It's much more than that. And today we'll show you how you can make your communications more relevant and how you can personalize them to deliver your message to your customers. Right, so what do we have to offer inside Pushwoosh to make your communications more relevant? Let's look at a high level. So first of all, of course, this is the user data, right? So from the technical perspective and in our terminology, we call these tags. The tags is basically any arbitrary data that you can collect, store, and use for your communications about your users. And you can use these tags inside dynamic content or liquid templates. And we're going to talk about this in detail in just a couple of minutes. Also, we can capture some events and actions that your users perform inside the application or on the website, and that is what we call events, right? So events allow us to make the communications, I would say, trigger-based and deliver them at the right time. At the same time, if your application or website is multinational, right, and your users use it in different languages, we can also help you personalize it in the language that is set up on the user's device and deliver it in that language. In case you're also dependent on the location, right, you can go an extra mile and build the segments of users and deliver personalized communications based on the location, let that be city, country, or even more. You can set up geo-based messaging inside Pushwoosh and send communications based on the specific venue and the range around it, and the communications would be delivered once the user enters that range. Another simple way to add a personal touch to your message is simply ask your user about their preferences, right? So a good way to do that is basically collect the preferences or the categories of notifications or types that your user would like to receive. If you're talking about the website, right, so the easiest way is to do that inside the subscription prompt. It can be customized, and you can ask your user directly what kind of notifications they would like to receive. Let that be transactional, editorial, marketing, promotional, or anything else. On the other side, if we're talking about the mobile application, the same thing can be done through the in-app message, and we'll show you how. One more cool thing to do, and actually that's my personal preference, is to add a custom sound to your notification, right? That is something that is often neglected, although it's a pretty cool thing to do, especially for the sports applications. For example, if you're running a sports or media application, you can add the custom sounds to your application project. And when you set up a notification, you can enable the custom sound for this notification so that different types of notifications are delivered with different sounds. Just imagine if your users receive a notification about their favorite team scoring a goal, and that is delivered with a piece of the national anthem, right? That's kind of exciting, and that adds an emotional touch to your notification also. And of course, one more thing to use is to mind your user's time zone and respect the silent hours. And that is also possible to do within the platform, right? So within Pushwoosh. So you can schedule your message according to a predefined timing, right? So you can send it across the user's time zone, mind the silent hours, and starting from just yesterday. So you can also make use of the optimal time to send feature. This is our newest development. By the way, in case you would like to become a beta tester, just drop us a note into the comments. Also, we would be able to have you on board and show what we have for the best time to send these days. So this feature allows you to calculate the optimal time to deliver the notification per user. So basically, we make use of a complex algorithm under the hood that analyzes the application open and push open events and allows you to calculate the optimal time to deliver your notification to increase the CTR, open rate, and engagement. Okay, so today we're going to focus on the dynamic content and liquid templates, like I've already mentioned. And for that, we need to talk about two entities that exist inside Pushwoosh. Specifically, these are tags and events, right? So just to compare those two and to avoid any confusion, let me briefly explain what's the difference between these two entities. So tags are kind of any arbitrary data that you might want to capture and store about your users, right? So the good examples of the tags can be usernames, either be first or last name, geographic location, account type if you're running a subscription-based application. If you're running a gaming app, that can be a game level or a total score, or the purchases made, right? So Also, the subscription preferences, the categories, the topics that the user chooses to receive notification about, right? Or favorite team or sportsman. So any arbitrary data that is relevant for your users and for your application that you can capture and store and use it for personalization. On the other hand, if we talk about the events, this is kind of a more dynamic data, right? So these are the actions that the users undertake or do not undertake inside the application. And we can use it to deliver the notifications at the right time. So if we talk about events, the good examples can be opening a specific page on the website or a specific screen inside the application, adding a specific product to the cart or abandoning the cart, achieving a level for purchasing a product, visiting a page, canceling a subscription, or doing a transaction. So speaking about the tags and events, it is also important to mention where we can get this data, right? And here we talk about the integration options. So on a high level, there are two options to get that data. First of all, you can get it over the code, and that's what we recommend in the first term, right? Because once you automate everything, you can always have this data updated. It's always available. It doesn't cost you much, right? You just implement it once and forget about it. So everything is done automatically. And if we talk about the code, so our SDK offers you some default tags and events, which are available for you out of the box. If you haven't watched our previous webinar, once again, I recommend you having a look at it because there we covered the basic concepts and the default tags and events, which are available to you out of the box and which you can use for personalization. At the same time, you can make use of the API methods for updating the tags or posting the events, right? And that can be done either from the application or the website or from the backend. So we're quite flexible here, and there are a lot of different methods that you can make use of to keep your database up to date and basically collect different types of data to enrich your personalization. On the other hand, if you're not a fan of coding, or maybe you don't have a development team at your disposal, right? You can also do it in a kind of a manual mode and update the tags in Pushwoosh database or with CSV upload, or make use of our customer journey builder tool and a specific block that we have there for updating the tags. It's called Update User Profile. Okay, now we're going to focus on the dynamic content and liquid templates and show you how that can be implemented inside the platform. Stan, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you so much. So let's discuss our features, which allows you that actually allows you to use dynamic content inside of your message or even inside of some things like deep links or whatever. So we have two of them, which is dynamic content itself and the liquid template. So dynamic content, it actually it lets you fill the message content, title, subtitle, image, or any sort of data with the tag values associated with the user. So that means that if you updated your user tags via API, SDK, or even CSV file, you can use these tag values as a data source of your dynamic content. And the second one is liquid template, which is invented by Shopify, and we have that in our platform as well. And this thing allows you to use some sort of logic to deal with these tag values. So let me show you actually the examples of the dynamic content and liquid template. So for dynamic content, you can see here the first thing is the scheme, which you should use for creating your first placeholder of dynamic content. So here you can see the tag name, the format modifier. We can change the format of the resulting text, which should be which will be replaced. Sorry, the placeholder will be replaced with the text, and you can specify the format of this text and default value, which is really helpful if the specific user doesn't have any tag value. So this is a short example of how you can use it with the name. So you can use the tag name, which is name. Let's say it's name, right? Capitalize first letter. And we put dear friend if there is no name inside the platform. Sorry. And talking about the liquid templates, it has the similar structure, but you can specify the logic in here. So here's an example. So if the tag name has some value, we should show, we should display the first content right over here. And if it else, we're gonna show another type of content, right? So depending on the tag value, we're gonna show different type of content here. So content to send this scenario or otherwise. So let me show just the simplest example. You have a subscription. Let's pretend that we have a subscription based model app, and we have a free account types in there, and we know that these users actually have free account. So we would like to provide them 10% discount for premium subscription, and we have some sort of message like, hey guys, got 10% discount for premium subscription, or if this user not under this condition, which is account type free, so that means that this user actually paying for the subscription, we would like to send them another message like got up to $10 for inviting your friends inside the application. So here we can cover like two workflows. One of them just providing the discount for a subscription to force users to purchase your subscription, or get some reward for inviting friends inside the application if they already have the subscription of your application, right? So that's the main things we have in our platform. And the great thing is that the formula for success communication is to use a personal touch on all channels, and we can cover all channels with personalization on our platform. So you can see it on the slides. Like for push notifications, we have both of them, like liquid templates and dynamic content. You can see it in here, like name or some liquid template here in the message. In the in-app messages, we have dynamic content here, so you can use some promo codes or names as usual. So you can use like both of this at the same time, or you can even use it in email or SMS. So for email, we have like the same dynamic content and liquid templates. You can see here on a screenshot. So you can see the subscription basic will show this type of text, and if subscription is silver, we can send another type of content. But the main content gonna be the same for different types of email. So you can use just one preset of the email and divide it to different groups just inside the text block right over here using the liquid template. It's a really cool feature. And for SMS, we have it via webhook on our platform. So here you can use the tags as well. So you can specify the first name or promo codes or whatever you have in Pushwoosh via tag. So you can insert it here using the placeholders and send it to user. So I think it's the best time actually to see everything in action. So Alina, I think we can move forward to the platform and demonstrate all the things we have here in Pushwoosh.
Sure. Let's take a look at the platform itself and see how this can be implemented inside your communications by means of Pushwoosh. So in case you're new to Pushwoosh, I'm currently inside my demo account and inside the platform. And in order to look at the available tags and events, we need to go to the audience tab, right? So right now we are looking at the tags. Like I mentioned, there are default tags available with our SDK, such as push alerts enabled tag, for example. You can see if the user has enabled or disabled notifications, or last application open default tag, which is pretty cool for running reactivation campaigns. But at the same time, there are a lot of like custom tags that you can create. So the sky's the limit. You can collect any data that is relevant for you, right? So if we look at the events, they are also available under the audience. And again, some default events are available out of the box, such as application open event or application minimized event. And also we can collect the screens that the user follows inside the application. So we're not going to talk much about the tags and events today, once again. So they were covered in the first session that we've had recently. So today we wanted to show you how you can actually send the personalized communications, right? For that, I go to the Channels tab, select one-time push notification, and here we're going to create some content. So Let's imagine we have a user who has purchased something from our application and we want to confirm the order and thank the user for the order, right? So what we need to do is we need to start typing in the content in the body text, for example, right? And click on the personalization over here. So in the pop-up window, we can see the available tags that we can use as dynamic placeholders. Obviously, I want to address my user by the name, and that's why I'm going to use the name tag for these purposes, right? So the name is always capitalized, so I'm going to use the capitalized first modifier. And for those users for whom we don't have the tag value, sometimes it happens, I'm just going to set some default value, for example, hey there, and click insert, and now we see that this dynamic placeholder has appeared inside the content. Okay, we're gonna thank the user for purchasing from us, right? Thank you for purchasing. And we're gonna specify the item name, for example, right? Once again, we can click personalization, and here we can select the item name that has been purchased. For that, we're gonna use in our case, it's a product tag. This one is lowercase, and once again, if we haven't recorded the data for some reason, sometimes it happens, we just need to know, be on the safe side. That's why we can again set up with the default value, and for example, let's say something like thanks for purchasing from Pushwoosh. All right, and let's just drop some emoji to be nice and polite. And also we can add a deep link to this message so that once the user taps on the notification, the user is automatically forwarded to the relevant screen inside the application that can show the delivery details, for example, right, or the confirmation screen. So I'm gonna write something like this: tap on the notification to see to track your order. Okay, so how do we add a deep link? So we just need to go to action, specify the deep link. Of course, it has to be pre-existent inside your application project, right? If it's there, so we can select the deep link over here and also specify the prompts, which can contain actually the order number, right? So once the user clicks on the deep link that contains the order number as a dynamic value, the user would be forwarded to the relevant screen inside the application. But let's go back to creating a personalized message. So if you're running a multi-language application or website, you can also enable the support of different languages over here and create the content in different languages, right? So if it's there, we would display the notification in the language that is set up on the user's device. The same thing can be done inside the push title or the subtitle, so the personalization tabs are also here. Okay, so once everything is configured and you have configured the settings for the platforms you want to send through, so you can either send a notification immediately or save it as a preset and use it later inside, for example, the customer journey builder tool. Just the same syntax can be used across different channels, like Stan mentioned earlier. So I just want to show you how the same thing can be done inside the rich media templates. So this is another communication channel that is available inside Pushwoosh, right? So these are, simply put, the HTML pages which appear as pop-up displays inside the application based on the user's behavior, right? So you can display them immediately after the user opens up the application or after a certain action has been performed. And this is actually a cool thing to use when your users opt out of the notifications, because the in-apps can be delivered even if we don't have a push token. So speaking about the personalization, you can see that we have exactly the same syntax over here, right? So the text inside the in-app contains a dynamic placeholder. Again, it can be any tag, right? And you can replace it according to your needs. The HTML pages are highly customizable, as you can see, so we can just download it over here, change the appearance, change the design, add new blocks over here, or just upload your own design and make use of it inside the application. And speaking about the emails as well, just one more thing I wanted to show you. So for that, I'm just going to switch to my email project inside the platform. And emails, send a one-time email, and show you an email template that our marketing team has used to invite you to this webinar. So as you can see, the syntax is the same across all the communication channels that we have inside Pushwoosh, right? So again, you can make use of different communication channels either separately or combine them in one customer journey. And I think it's time to look at the customer journey itself and see how all of this can be used in a single flow.
Okay, so let me show you the customer journey builder and how we can do the dynamic content liquid templates in there. So here's the customer journey builder page. I already prepared a dynamic content journey to show you the possible workflows that you can implement using this tool. Couple words about the tool. Don't be scared about all these blocks. I'll explain you a little bit about it. So we have a couple of entry points, like it can be trigger based or audience based entry. The trigger based, Alina actually explained you a little bit about the events, and the trigger based entry, it's the trigger which can be performed by user, and this trigger can start the actual journey in here. Some channels like push email, in-app, or webhook, and some flow actions like exit from journey, time delay, or so you can see it on the screen right now, I think. So let's discuss a little bit how you can implement the dynamic content here inside the journey. So let's pretend we have a gaming application and we have some levels in there, and you would like to notify users about the new level, or you would like to provide some sort of rewards for them if they achieve like a new level. So you would like to just increase the monthly active users inside your application by using this workflow. So we have an event which called level completed. So at the very beginning, users are on the first level. So we have like event level completed with the attribute level is 2. So once we receive this event from your backend or your application, we know that we should start this journey actually and send some communication. So we have this level completed event, and we have it under this condition. So level 2, we receive this message, and after that I use block push notification with some preset. So let's go inside of it. So you can see it here. I use the preset new level achieved. New level achieved. You have level and the placeholder, which is current level, regular modifier with no default text. Now claim your reward. And here we have a really great thing to show you. It's personalized message with event attribute. So we receive from the attribute, from the event, sorry, the attribute, which is the level. And we know the number of this level, which is 2. And we would like to override the placeholder, which we have here in the preset. And we can use the source, like level complete, and dynamic attribute like level. So after I apply this and user perform this action, achieve the level, he or she got the message like you have level 2, now claim your reward. And you can attach the deep link and send to the specific page with rewards for a new level achievement or something like that. And this is it. This is how the dynamic placeholders work. So you just create the preset, you put the placeholder here, and you override the placeholder using the attribute of the event, right? And that's it. So that's the simple journey which you can use, and you can increase by using that. You can increase like your metrics, right? Your at the opening of application, spending some time to claim rewards, do the game things, right? And you can create the same journey for the next level with the different type of content, with the different deep links, different rewards, etc., etc. So this is the simplest workflow. So let's go a little bit lower and see what we can do more with customer journey builder. So we have now we have the application, I don't know, some sort of series or films in here, and we would like to advise some sort of new films based on the user's preferences, but actually based on the based on the content that the user just watched or continued watching, right? So we have watching completed event. So we know that the user completed, oh, sorry, it's should be started, not completed, started like this. So user just started to watch some series or film, and we would like to wait for 2 days if the user like completed watching, right? So we have the second block is wait for trigger. So we're waiting for 2 days. This event, like watching complete, and after this event will be performed, we will send the communication with more cool movies. So here I also choose the preset movie suggestion, and here you can see the placeholder video content name. And did you like the film, right? The exact film, and we can replace this placeholder as well with video content name that user just finished, like the movie or the series, and sending the deep link to another section of the application with some sort of similar movies, right? So you can do it like this, or if the user actually still not completed watching the film or series, you can send another type of communication with the name, like, hey, Stan, want to learn how the film ends, right? So here, I'm not going to replace the name, but I am going to replace the video content name as in the previous example. So here I put the name without any changes, but video content name we will change using the attribute of the event watching started and content name. Pretty much it with this example. So let's move forward to the cross-channel communication example, my favorite one. So let's pretend that we have e-commerce application, and we know that the user added some product in the cart, and we're just waiting for 1 minute if the user successfully purchased the product. And if it's yes, like we just drop the user from the journey, but if it's not, we would like to check first if this user reachable by push notification. Because we don't want to spend a lot of money to send emails or SMS. So we'll try to do it with the push notification first. So we'll send the push notification to users who actually reachable by push notification with this message like cart recovery, 1 minute. So hey, name, your shopping cart has been reserved, blah, blah, blah. So you can see here we have dynamic content based on the tag name. So it will be replaced with the name of the user according to the tag value. That's it. If user is not reachable by push, we can go to the email and check if the user is reachable by email and send the email. The same using the preset with the placeholders in there, just to notify user about the card that they have like full and ready to be ordered. And the last one is SMS. If for some reason you have users who are not actually have push notifications enabled or emails in the account settings, or they didn't provide it or whatever, you can use the webhook and SMS. For as an example, I choose Twilio and like this sort of content. I'm not really good in content, but here, as you can see, we also gonna replace the tag number, and we will take the number of the user and replace it here. So it will be message from this number to a number of the user, and we'll send this this content to a user. Really good example to show you how you can use like dynamic content across the omni-channel communication for user. As Alina mentioned, it's really important to have like personalization across the channels, because users really they're expecting the personalization, like their name in the email, because it's like a standard right now. So something like that. And the last one, I would like to show you the exact liquid template here. The same example as in the slides, we have an application with the subscriptions in there, and let's start this time. We'll start with the audience-based entry. So we'll take all the users with the Android device and send them a message. So here I'm not actually choosing the preset. I just choose the custom content and type it right over here. So I have a special offer to users. It's like the similar example. So if account type is free, then get 10% discount for premium subscription right now. But if account type is not free, that means that they already paid for the subscription. So you can provide them like $10 for inviting friends, or some discount for upgrade to the next subscription plan if you have. It's actually depending on your application, on your workflows inside of it. And after that, actually, you can wait for in-app purchase. So let's say these users actually, we're targeting these users who actually have like free account, and we're targeting them, and we're waiting for them to purchase the subscription. And if that happen, you can update user profile right over here, so you can change the tag value inside the Pushwoosh. That means that you can like choose the manual tag value, tag paid subscription, and put it as true. That means that next time you're gonna build the new customer journey here, and you can use the same tag, but it will be updated, and new audience will be built and created using just this tag value. That means that you can actually do it like without code, right? You can upload the CSV file, let's say, using this tag value paid subscription. You can build the segment with false, send them a message, wait for 10 days if they purchase or not, and if they did it, you can update user profiles and use this group afterwards for increasing retention or any other metrics that you are interested in. But for those users who are not actually purchased anything, you can use the same journey and repeat it again, like using the scheduled launch right over here. So you can launch it every day or every week, every month, whatever. And it will be like, it will repeat it every week, and it will be automatically. So you can like, build this campaign and forgot about it, and this campaign will work to bring the users to upgrade their subscriptions. I think that's it from my side about the customer journey builder and dynamic content in it.
Thank you. Also, thank you for finding the time to attend. We hope the session was useful. We tried to keep it brief and informative. Once again, thank you for finding the time and attending this webinar, and we hope to see you at the next one as well.
See you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.